You aren't afraid of the work. You aren't afraid of what is required. You aren't afraid of, succeeding. What you're afraid of is that you don't believe that you can do the work. You don't believe that you'll follow through. And let's be real here. Why would you? Look at your track record. Look at the receipts that you have stacked. There is nothing in that that suggests that if you commit to something that is difficult, that you will actually follow through and do it. There is nothing in your past that suggests that you have the skill and the follow through to do the work that is required. So of course you're afraid to say that you'll commit. Of course you're afraid to put it all out there on the line. You haven't proven to yourself that you'll actually do the work. That's why people look for guarantees. They look for assurances. They look for all these kinds of things. That what you are providing will deliver the results. Well, here's the catch, Buttercup. It's not about the program. Especially if we're talking a fitness program. If you're in general shape, like you're not already an advanced lifter or anything like this, and you're not really doing anything at the moment, any program will deliver results if you give enough effort, consistency, and intensity. Sure, if you dial in the program, you get something that is well designed and incredibly well executed, yeah, the results will be better. Absolutely they will be. But then they're not required to get results in the beginning. All that's required is effort and intensity and a change of what you're doing. And I think this is the gap that people have, that most of the times things don't work because you didn't do the work, not because they don't work. You weren't willing to commit. You weren't willing to give effort. You weren't willing to show the fuck up every single day and do what was required. And I think this is a product of the society we live in. I think this is a clear statement that everyone wants to look for, easier, softer, gentler. Nobody wants to do hard shit anymore. And it shows in all areas. It shows from health to wealth to fitness to jobs to how people show up in life. People are just generally afraid to commit to doing hard things. And most of the time for the sake of doing hard things. And, first off, I think that's a really, really sad fucking commentary on where our society has gotten to at the moment. But on the flip side, I always think it's the greatest opportunity under the sun. You have the greatest opportunity ever to be great, to do great things, to stand head and shoulders above the pack. I spoke the other day about how, everyone's gotten fucking soft on these things. I did a video on how, it's a requirement to be in great shape as a father. Like, that's, to be the best father you can be, you need to be in great shape. And I stand by that. That's a running theme in my videos. And one of the guys commented and was like, it's a great way to pass on orthorexia. And the fact that this is even a thing that is stated, to me, screams how soft our society has gotten. Screams how pathetic people are. So orthorexia is the obsession with eating healthy food. It's called being healthy. That obsession that is demonized, that's frowned upon, that's looked down on, that's called being healthy. That is normal. It's not normal as in it's common. It's normal as in it's what should just be for everyone. We should just look at eating healthy food. Why? Because it's fucking healthy. We should be looking at fueling our body because it's the thing that allows us to live the life that we want. We should be looking at exercising and getting sunlight and getting outside and all these kinds of things. We should limit screen time and dopamine chasing and all these fucking things because it's just good for us. But nowadays that makes you a biohacker or, at best, at worst, a fucking weirdo that people are like, oh, why don't you participate in society? Why don't you drink alcohol and eat junk food and all these kinds of things? Like, not even being healthy or in shape is, like, that's not even a bare minimum anymore. 2/3 of the population are overweight or obese. 2/3. 2 out of 3 people are overweight or obese. So just not being overweight already puts you in the top third of the population. That is fucking insanity. Insanity. And, what did I say the statistic the other day? That you are statistically more likely to be a millionaire than you are to have a six-pack. I think it's 1 in 25,000 people, or 250,000 people has a six-pack. That's insane. That, especially in the modern world, where $1 million is a lot and not all at the same point. But you're statistically more likely to be a millionaire than you are to have a six-pack. That says everything you need to know about how soft our fucking society has gotten. And people want to defend it. As I said, every time I talk about you need to be in great shape as a father, people have pushback and how, it's the dad bod for a reason and, you should focus more on your children. And I was like, I am. That's why I fucking do this. That's why it's so important. It's why I demand it of myself. Because I love my fucking children. I want to be as strong, fit, and healthy for as long as possible. I want to be around to do the things that they need me to do for as long as possible. I want to be able to run, chase, climb, and play with them for as long as possible. I want to be able to do that with my grandkids. And, Lord willing, I get to do it with my great-grandkids, and so on and so forth. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about being healthy. It's about being strong and fit. This isn't, odd. This is what is normal for us to be healthy individuals. We as a society have just decided that that's too fucking hard. We want to lower the standard so we feel better about ourselves. That's what a fucking dad bod is. It's not that it's acceptable. It's not that it's okay. It's not that people actually like it. It's that it normalizes being fucking average. That's what it does. No, we need to start normalizing exercising. We need to normalize eating good food. And just for the sake of fucking eating good food. Not to be obsessed with our bodies and to get healthy and all those kinds of things. I've said many times before. The six-pack and all that kind of stuff is just a nice bonus. I do this for the mental toughness. I do this for the health. I do this for the capacity to take on anything I want at any moment. I do this so I can play with my children. I can get on the floor. I can lift them. I can throw them. I can carry them. I can catch them. I can save them if necessary. This isn't a nicety. It is a fucking requirement. And you are setting the standard for your children. If one parent is obese, there's a 50% chance that your child will be obese. If both parents are obese, there's an 80% chance that your child will be obese. Your decisions fucking matter. So why not teach them from a very early age that good health and exercise and being strong, fit, and capable is just normal. It isn't something to be shamed. It isn't something that is weird. It isn't something that you're going to have to develop as you get older. You just build it from the get-go. You just establish it early on that this is what we do. Isn't that an easier fix than trying to fix it later? To try and address the metabolic conditions that have been passed on to your children? That we have a childhood obesity epidemic happening at the moment? Those things come from your decisions. Those things come from you leading by example. So why wouldn't you lead by example? Why wouldn't you do the things that are going to set your children up to have the best life possible? Lead with the front foot. Stop choosing softness and comfort, and choose the things that are going to serve you and your family long term. This shouldn't be a discussion. It shouldn't be something that I have to get on here, and shouldn't be something that, all the soft cocks out there are going to argue and debate me on. This just should be the norm. Yeah, I agree. One of the guys commented, he's like, you should sacrifice your life, your time, and your health for your children. Well, I agree with 2 out of 3. You should sacrifice everything for your children. You should be giving them the best possible life you can. You should be establishing habits, and you should be building them up. And I do. I sacrifice my time and my life for my children, but I will never sacrifice my health. Yeah, we could talk extremes on this, but what if you're fucking dead because you sacrificed your health? How much of a good father are you then? Or you can't do the things that they want, or you can't live out and help them the way that they want, or they end up being obese themselves, with metabolic conditions themselves. That's not you doing the best for your children. That is you failing your children. And yeah, that's harsh, but apparently we need to talk fucking harsh in harsh tones now, because people want to defend mediocrity. They want to defend below average. It's one we keep coming back to. My favorite fucking saying: the bar is on the fucking floor. Wanting to be in great shape, wanting to be strong, fit, and healthy, and to take on anything doesn't mean that you're weird. It doesn't have a condition. It's not orthorexia. It is just you being fit and capable, and it should be the fucking normal situation. That is what it's about. It comes back to that one, the people who sacrifice their life and die in the name of their children. I think that is an incredibly noble thing. I was having a discussion with this friend about this concept that, parents who are like, I wouldn't break the law to protect my children. I wouldn't kill for my children. That's crazy. Fucking oath I would. In a heartbeat, without a question. If you threatened my children or did anything, not even a thought process would be had to protect my children. I would die for my children happily. But the question becomes, will you actually live for them? Will you show the fuck up every single day? And that does mean looking after your health and fitness. It does mean making the hard decisions. It does mean not choosing soft comfort and sedation every single time. It means making the right decisions for them. Living for them every single day is a much harder choice than in a single act of courage. I will never diminish that. I think it is in the height of bravery. But now you need to do it every single day. Now you need to show up every single day. And that means looking after your health. It means being present. It means giving them time. It means sacrificing the comforts and ease of life for them. That is what this is about. That is what being a great fucking father is. So that they can have a life 10 times, 100 times greater than anything you've ever had. They should stand on your shoulders and reach 10 times further than you ever had. Standing on the shoulders of giants. That is what you want to leave your children with. You want to lead by example and give them the best opportunities to succeed in this world. And again, I can't believe that we have to have a debate on this, or even a discussion. That does mean being strong, fit, and healthy. Being in great fucking shape. Because you're setting the standard. That should just be the normal. That being fit and healthy is the normal. You have the capacity. You have the opportunity. You're just not making the choices to do it. So start sacrificing the sedation. Start sacrificing the things that are unimportant, that don't provide value. Start sacrificing things that do not improve your life and build a legacy for your children. Those are the things you need to give up. Those are the things that you need to make better decisions on. Because it's about being the greatest version you can be for them. And it's the one I always come back to. That starts with you looking after the vehicle, the vessel, the mode of transport that is your physical body, if it isn't running at the highest possible capacity, of course, you're not going to be out there being the best version of yourself. Slogging back beers or smashing back pizza and junk food isn't going to have you showing up as the best version of yourself. Looking after your health so you have abundance of energy and show up that way with the capacity to do anything. This isn't complex. That's a no-brainer. Looking after your health so that you can be healthy and present and participate and sacrifice and provide for them. This is a no-brainer. But everybody wants the easy way out. They want to be soft and they want to be gentle and they want things that fits in their comfort zone. And if it doesn't fit in this nice little bubble of this is my easy life, then I don't want to do it. No. That's unacceptable. Your children deserve better from you. So the question becomes, are you gonna stop, well, let's put it in the harshest terms possible. Stop being a soft cock and actually step up and recognize that you need to take care of your health and your fitness, because your health is your wealth, and that your children will thank you, that your children will benefit from it, that everything in their life will get better because you decided to look after you. People call it selfish to work out. No, it is selfless. And if you don't have time and it means you're sacrificing time with them, then figure it out to either include them or give up the other things that you do that don't allow you the time. Most people spend between 3 and 6 hours a day on their phone. Give up some of that time, 45 minutes, to work on your health and fitness, to be a strong, capable man. We aren't talking big things here. This is just the basics. Being strong, fit, and healthy is just the basic requirement to be a great father. So the question is, are you ready to actually take ownership of that? Are you ready to step up and lead by example for your children? If you are, you know where to find me. Until then.